Hello, I'm Deli Dan and welcome to another evening of Treely Farm Charcuterie. So, everyone's picked up their packs. Some people have also picked up their beers, which I'm going to be running through from the vaults in devices. Malcolm very kindly paired those up for us. So I'm just going to check out on the comments. So we've got Charlotte, hi, how we doing? Tegan, what's up? Mickey's giving a wave, and hello from Claire. So if we get going on the comments so I can double check that everything's working okay. We've got a new system so I can keep looking at the camera and see your comments. So you should have in your pack one of the Bay Tree Piccalillis. We've popped in the Ruby Mist from Snowdonia Dairy. We've got the basil and garlic olives with a couple of stuffed peppers, and we've got the cold smoked brie. Also, you should have 9 of the cold meats from Treely Farm I have in front of me. I will pop them individually on the close-up board so we can have a look. And on the close-up board at the moment, we have the game we're going to be playing, which has very kindly been donated by the Coombs, which is Shot in the Dark. So this was given to me to have a go with because I think these are the type of questions that can't be Googled. And I know there's some people that will be sneaking on the Google. So I've not got any more comments through at the moment. Can somebody type a comment for me so I can just check that they're coming through and then we can crack on? Dan? Can we have a double check on the comments, please? So sorry. Give me 2 seconds, people. Righty-ho. So we've got Dan locked in. Thank you very much. We have Steve Bailey already started on the olives. Hey, Neil, what's going on? Hey, Caroline. Hey, Karen. Evening from Mum. Hey, Mum. Hey to the Hubbards. How we doing, Debbie? Mickey Squiggle, I haven't any meats, but just seeing what everyone is enjoying. Well, thank you for joining us. We've got people joining us from Bridport as well. Hey, Bryony, how's you and Tom? And how's the lovely dog? I've forgotten the name now, but I often see him on Instagram in the woods and on beaches. Hey, Sophia, thank you so much. Well, we're in for a treat. We've got the 9 meats and the beers. Hey, Rachel. And hey, Louise, you are here. You certainly are indeed. And Alan and Debbie, so excited. Fantastic. What's up, Will and Helen? Thank you for all your yummy treats. And hi to the Andersons as well. Kevin got an extra big box of beers from Malcolm over at the Vaults and Devices. So, we are going to be starting on the Monmouth air-dried pork collar. So I shall pop him over on the close-up board just so everybody can get a peek. And we also have one of our beers paired with this one. So this is one that I'm particularly looking forward to, which is the peanut butter milk stout. Now, I used to think these kind of beers sounded a bit hacky, but with all the craft ales going on at the moment, I've got to try a few, even with jam donuts, grapefruit, all sorts going on. And my experience recently, especially with the ones from the vaults, have been exceptional. So I'm going to crack on into this bad boy quickly. Hey, Charlotte. Hi, Milo. Hi, Lottie. And the Jack Russell. Oh, Lottie the Jack Russell, hey. So let's get this one. I apologise if I'm not pouring this correctly, but we will be joined by Malcolm on one of the cheese tastings to talk us through how to pour and how to taste the stouts and beers. So we're going for number 1, which is the collar. And let's get into it. And then we will start with the fun and games. So I haven't tried this one. This tends to have more fat than the air-dried ham, which is their flagship meat, if you like. Oh, it's been 3 weeks since I've had any of this. Too long. Hi, Hannah. So, Alan, we're starting with the Monmouth air-dried pork collar. Oh, that is delicious. So that's with the herbs, lots and lots of salt in there, but with all their products over at Treely Farm, no allergens whatsoever. Wow. Guys, you are truly missing out on this one. It smells like milky peanut butter beer. Doesn't taste like that. Agree completely, Dan and Tegan. It's mild but delicate, but it's so yummy. I'm going to go in for another one and then choose a question. And what I'm going to do tonight is all a bit of fun, but I am going to, the odd question will have, shall we say, a little bit of a prize to it. We'll chuck a few truckles at you, maybe a couple of eggs on a Friday. Agreed, Neil. Beautiful flavour. I feel this one breaks up and melts in the mouth a lot more than the Monmouthshire air-dried ham. The Monmouthshire air-dried ham, for me, reminds me of a top-end Serrano or a Parma ham. This one's just beautiful. And I think this has flown into my top 5, 10. With Treely Farm, they're all good. And it really works a treat with this stout. I can't get over it. It's like toasted peanut butter, milky. There's definitely a lactose going on there. That's beautiful. All right, let's find a question. So these are very obscure questions, and I must take the answer from the card. So no Googling and fact-checking me. I'm only reading what's in the pack, people. Righty-ho. What is the fastest ever 100-metre time recorded by someone aged over the age of 100 years old? So, which 100-year-old can leg it the fastest from the TV licence, people? That's what I want to know. Sweetness in both the beer and meat. Agreed 100%, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson. I'm ever so sorry. I couldn't help myself. Every time I see you, Kevin, I always think of The Matrix. And they've got the antagonist, the bad man, that comes and finds Neo. And he's like, Mr. Anderson. But it's done in the most affectionate and loving of way. 16.1 seconds, 11.7, 13. Crikey, they must owe a lot on that TV licence, Tegan. Right, we'll wait for a few more. 11.5, 19, 15.6, 60 seconds from Ryan. 17 seconds, 22 seconds from Ben. Oh, the doctors are coming in and the nurses with 20 seconds and 29 seconds from the Applins. Claire Mayer, 14 seconds. I'm about to reveal the answer. Let's get it in. 15.75 from the Massies. 11.4. 18. 45 from Bryony. She's medical. 2.6 seconds, Will and Ellen. 23 seconds. Mickey's squiggle, 25. Right. I'm going to give 3 seconds till I give the answer. 2, 1, 1.5, 1.5, 92 seconds, 25, 0. Right. The answer is 26.99 seconds set by Donald Pellman. He also holds Masters Athletics world records in the long jump, high jump, discus, shot put. He's got too much time on his hands. He's one of those that rows across with like boats attached to his back. Right. So, how do we like that? So, 26.99. I'm pretty sure I've seen a 27 or a 28 there around. Well, whoever got closest, we're going to find out. And there might be a little something on the way for you for the first question. So, Just to prepare you, number 2, we are going straight onto the Monmouthshire air-dried ham. So I want to compare that collar with their flagship air-dried ham, because that's the one that got me into Treely Farm. People, I really do recommend everybody, if they can, pick up a beer pack for either the cheese or the meats on the next one. It's another world to have them paired by an expert. It really does just bring a whole new world to it. As I've said before with the cheeses, when you try an olive with a Stilton or a blue, it really does change that profile. So let's have a look at the Monmouthshire air-dried ham. We do include this in pretty much all of them. We've tried it in 2 of them. I did the beach smoked air-dried ham last time. Righty-ho, so let's bring that bad boy back. And while we're chewing on this, our next question. How many standard sized, that's 2.5 litre tins of white paint, oh this is rather appropriate at the moment, does it take to paint the exterior of the White House? Regardless of who's in there, whether you like them or not. Prefer the collar, but it's still lush. I'm going to get into this, Tegan. So how many tins of paint does it take to paint the White House? Regardless of who's in there. Right, left, Democrat, Republican. Do you know what? That's almost like a substandard portcollar now to me. Yes, Charlotte, really meaty. It's very dense. Whereas the portcollar just broke up. Oh, Dan's coming in with the fake tan. Right, we got 35,782.5. Caroline Ben's come in with 7,653. 960 from the Alders. Cheryl Horton, 2,220. The Massies, 12,745. 800. Tommy's saying that the Monmouthshire tastes like supermarket ham, but really, really good. Says it's hard to explain. Do you know what? If we'd had that first and we didn't have the collar here, we'd all be raving. I raved about it on every other one, but the problem is this collar puts it to shame, I think. I think the collar just really, I think it's the amount of fat content. It's so much more delicate in the mouth. This was actually so much harder work. The collar just breaks up. Bryony's coming in with 8,000. Charlotte Simpkins, 25,001. We got 500,000 from Bex at the Rally House. Much denser texture, but a deeper flavour. Agreed, Mr. Anderson. It's definitely, I think everyone's got is the texture's more hard work. It seems like hard work after you've had such a delicate meat break up in your mouth like butter. And then to come to this. And I think you can understand also why I have it sliced for me. They got a big bad boy slicer down at Treely Farm. And you just can't, my little slicer wouldn't do this meat justice. So, let's find out how many tins. Right, I'm going to give you 3 seconds. Hannah, the piccalilli goes well with it. Good shout. Let's get some of that on the go. What a Philistine I am. Never mind. Do you know what? I'm going into the cold smoked brie, but those of you with the beers, don't be too overzealous. So I'm going cold smoked brie and a bit of the Monmouthshire air dried ham and the piccalilli. What a savage I am. 500,000 becks, much denser texture. Piccalilli goes well. Quite a lot, says Carol Burns. How good is that Piccalilli? It's going to be back in stock, and the bigger jars arrive next Friday. So the answer is, we got 12,546 tins of paint it takes to paint the White House. Righty-ho, another quick question. Oh, this is a good one. How long was the longest prison sentence ever handed out? I'm going to have a go at this. I haven't looked at the answer. 250 years I'm going with. I'm not going to ask what they did, but let's say 250 years. They probably offended old Trump boy. Come on, let's get it going. Next, we're going to be going on to the Welsh lamb and lemon McGee's salami. So the Piccalilli is just incredible with the brie. Yes, Sophia, I agree 100%. The Piccalilli is so yummy. I didn't get any last time because so many people joined us on the first one. We actually had to give every single jar away. Right, so we've got 152, 960 from Sophia. James has come along with 312 years. We've got 125 from the Massies, 1,001 from Bailey. Whew, you must know someone that did something very wrong. We've got 500 from Bryony and Tom over in Cirencester. Charlotte Simpkins on 400. 450, says Debbie Hubbard. She's pinched, she's gone 50 more. 135, says Mickey. Neil's come in with 1,000, around 1,000. Slow down a bit, we are struggling to keep up here. No problem, Caroline. We haven't gone on to the third meet here. We're just going on to the next question. So, how long was the longest prison sentence ever handed out? 356, 208? Overpowers the lamb, says Tegan. So Tegan's gone straight in. So on the last question, Gemma was the closest with 500. Well done, Gemma. So we've got 1,200 from Will and Helen. We've got 501, Peter Dean. It was the previous question for the 500 tins. But don't worry, I've spotted you. So when we find out, so I've gone 250. Any more? I agree, Tegan, I'm with you 100%. I'd go through this like a Dyson if I could. Righty-ho. So we're going to give the answer in 3, 2, 1, 0. In Thailand, a 141,078-year prison sentence was given to Mrs. Chamoy Tipiaso. Sorry if I ruined your name there, but I don't think you're going to come and get me. Who defrauded 16,000 people out of a total of $204 million US. She was released from prison after serving 8 years. Now, what I want to know is $204 million worth 8 years of your life? I tell you, you got to think about it. Well, maybe not. Loving the lamb. I'm going to get and try a bit now. I've held off as long as I can, but too many people are talking about it. Right, I'm going to go in plain first of all. There's a lot going on there. Oh, Peter Dean, Trump will beat that. $204 million. It's possible. We've yet to see the tax returns. But that's why I love being English, because it really kind of doesn't affect me. You can definitely taste its lamb at the end, but I agree with Tegan. There's a lot going on, but I really like it. There's a lot of citrusy tartness. There's definitely some herby, maybe thyme. And I'm going to scran a bit of piccalilli onto the end of that one. So what do we all think of that one? Tender and intense. The lemon comes out right at the end. Fantastic, says Dan. Carol, the lamb is incredible. Jade, the lamb salami is awesome. Oh, we need to get bigger jars of the piccalilli, director. Wow. Caroline Thomas, more of that. Very zesty, Jade's come back with. Lemony, Hannah. That's lovely. Our favourite so far. Wow. So people really, really loving that one. Now this one has been brought back only because it replaced something. But I went with the best of the best. So this is the rosemary cured lamb carpaccio. So carpaccio is a, how would you put it? It's a cold cooked piece of meat. So you often do it with tuna. You can do it with venison. You do it with lamb. Any red meats, dense, where the bacteria can't breed on the inside. You'll often sear the outside either with heat or with acidic juices, citric acid like lemons, zesty things like that. And then you'll roll that up, marinate it for a few days, and then slice it super, super thin and maybe have it with some Parmesan shavings, some white truffle oil, depending which meat it is. I love me some carpaccio, and I wanted to bring back the lamb carpaccio for all the new people. It's super, super beautiful. So we've got a few last comments on the last one. Rachel's not sure on that one. James has come through with the beautiful, bootalicious. Dan is a big yes to big jars of piccalilli. Very rich, and the lemon cuts it perfectly. Oh, not keen on that one, says Claire. Well, that's what we do this for. We're going to find out which ones we like, which ones we don't, and which ones are in the middle. Because remember, if you can't be good, be delicious. And that's the motto of Deli Dan, and it will always be. Right, so let's bring this back over here so I can get my scran on. This one I know breaks up beautifully, delicate flavours, but all super, super delicious. Melts in the mouth. Dan, Debbie, need I say more? I think we stop there. Next charcuterie, we just get a flat of lamb carpaccio and just get sweaty. Righty-ho, let's get a question in before I go all me. I can't concentrate, it's that good. In 2010, 2 pizzas were bought for 10,000 bitcoins in one of the first ever real-world Bitcoin transactions. How much would 10,000 bitcoins have sold for on the 1st of January 2018 in US dollars? Liking the lamb carpaccio very much. We've turned Claire around. She's a lover of the lamb. She's a lover of the lamb. Bloody beautiful, says Amanda. Deadly good, says Dan. Oh my God, don't do it with the brie. It's deadly. You've talked me into it. You've talked me into it. Here we go. I hope it's not deadly. I just realised that. But I bet it's delicious. Rachel, you're my kind of girl. She loves it lots and her favourite so far. Right, we got $21.50. 3 million. 20 million? 2 million? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 million. 40,000. 2,500,000 from Strawberry Pie. There we go, Caroline. She likes it, but not as good as the lamb and lemon McGee's salami. Well, it's the carpaccio's my favourite, but the lamb and lemon is certainly yummy. Lots going on. Million, says Hannah. James, 1 million. Will and Helen, 257,000. Karen Massey, 3,570,000. 2.1 million from Neil. 3,547,512. All you money people, stop it. I know what you're doing. 500,000 from Rachel. 3.6 million from Sophia. $17 from Amanda. Carpaccio is my fave so far. Yes, Charlotte, welcome to my world. Sheldon does that, doesn't he? Sheldon in Big Bang, when he has acting lessons from Penny. Welcome to my world? Not welcome to my world. Anyway, we're doing Carpaccio. Right, so we are going to find out. Oh, right, nobody's got close. It's $134 million. It was Adam. Sorry, Adam. Adam Hubbard's in there with the meats. Mark Simpkins, fab. Favourite so far too. So Mark and Charlotte both loving it. My Carpaccio favourite is definitely going down a tree. I'm going to go in once more with the cold brie and the piccalilli because I'm sad to see this go so early. Sophia's a big yes, it's delicious. So, did anybody get in on the Bitcoin? Have we got any Bitcoin millionaires out there? You hear these stories, excuse me, a bit of the old coof going on. So, yeah, the story of the guy who threw his laptop away because it's a hardware. I don't quite get Bitcoin, but apparently because he had it on his laptop, he threw his hard drive away and then he offered the dump half of the hundreds of millions it would be worth if they would dig up the whole landfill to try and find this hard drive. Mickey's hungry now, but aren't you on holiday, Mickey? We'll swap. Piccalilli is so good. I agree, Neil. And in fact, I'm just thinking that it's going to feature in all the Christmas hampers as well. Definitely. The carpaccio is delicious. Carpaccio is still the best from Jade. Righty ho. So let's see where we are going next. I think next we're going to do another question. And we are going to find out who came closest on the Bitcoin. I don't think anybody got... I think we had one from Karen Massey at the 3.5 million mark. I believe that was up the top. Or was there a 20 million? I think there may have been a 20 million. But let's face it, nobody was going to conceive that it would be worth $134 million. That's crazy. And how does a Bitcoin get the value? From a pizza to that in 8 years it was? Righty-ho. So, the next question. Could a coin dropped from the top of the Empire State Building kill someone? Now, I reckon if it's one of Trump's coins that he's chucking out there to try and raise some money, I think that would kill someone. But could a coin dropped from the top of the Empire State Building kill someone? I don't know. I think there's a law. There's guards or something, so you can't chuck coins off the top. Loving. Comments are all going so quick. No, yes, no, yes. Oh, everyone's... It's 50-50. QI says no. Oh, this question's been done. QI says no. Yes. Well, it looks like we're going to have to go quickly to this one. Brian, he's on the yes. Alan says yes. Mickey Squiggle says yes. The answer is... Oh, look at Dan coming with the scientific facts. Check you out, you mother goose. No, a coin's terminal velocity, the maximum speed reached when air resistance equals the force of gravity. I sound like I know what I'm talking about here. Is approximately 70 miles per hour, much slower than needed to kill someone. That's crazy. I was always told in school that if you chucked a coin a penny off the Tower of Pisa, the Empire State Building, that it would kill someone and that it would go into the concrete so many feet. Would definitely bruise. Well, Neil, I can assure you we shan't be checking that one out, and if we end up going near any tall buildings, I'm going up with you. Hashtag Mother Goose, baby. Love it, Dean. Dan even. Love it, Dan. Uranium-235. Prove it, says Bryony. No. Although we could do something on the crazy cheese race, people. Oh, I've got the producer looking at me. He knows my brain's whirling here. I'm going to go find a very tall building. I got a feeling I'm going to have to stand at the bottom. Charlotte Simpkins is laughing on my Mother Goose. I've got to use it. I got told if I used it, I'd be in trouble. You know me. Rebel to the end, people. Rebel to the end. And the coin has insufficient mass to carry enough energy. Kevin, I was the one that was meant to sound clever. All you people coming with your facts. Righty-ho. So just quickly, I'm going to be going on to the cold smoked brie, and the reason being that it has been paired with the hibernation. So this is a double/triple hopped American pale ale. So this has been lightly bittered with Chinook hops and then heavily dry hopped with the 3 US hops Citra, Equinot, Idaho 7, and for a citrus fruit explosion. This beer is naturally hazy and may contain sediment. So I'm expecting a fruity bitter one here to go with the creamy cold smoked. Oh, we got a mover and groover. Don't go everywhere. Here we go, people. Oh, Deli Dan live. Right, so let's get a nice close-up of that with the cold smoked brie. Righty-ho. So I'm going to go in with a nice big chunk of my cold smoked brie and a nice sip of this beautiful, expertly paired hibernation American pale ale. It's not like you need an excuse to eat this cold smoked brie. Anybody who hasn't had it before, we have it cold smoked on the Thursday night, through the night, and then delivered at Friday lunchtime, and it is sublime. It's possibly the one and only cheese that I would eat straight from the fridge because it's got that clean smokiness. The brie is lovely. It is quite lively even. Thank you. I was wondering, are we going all political again? The brie is delicious, but the Snowdonia, yuck. Oh, Sarah. Oh, the beer's delicious, but it's very bitter. I'm more into my fruity ones, but it's very fruity, but it's got a very bitter aftertaste, but it works with the creaminess. I'm just going to see if a bit of Piccalilli can do some damage with a bit of the Lamb McGee's. Rachel, my favourite Snowdonia. Horses for courses. And the hibernation together, yum. Thank you, Caroline. This is completely new to me, having beers paired with the meats. As of next week, fingers crossed, we are in talks with a local wine purveyor, and they are going to be pairing the cheeses and the meats from now on with wines as well. So if you're more of a bit of a vino person, we're going to have you sorted out. Do you know what? The second go on that, the bitterness is gone. It is beautiful. Oh, I really like that. So that's the hibernation. All of the beers that we feature tonight can be bought from the vaults, and they will be delivered to you. There is a minimum purchase to get them delivered to you, but Malcolm knows his stuff, and they are beautiful. So from Kevin Anderson, the beer works with the cheese, but I wouldn't drink it otherwise. Far too happy and balanced. Hoppy, I'm presuming. I agree. It's really hoppy. There's bitterish. The hops do tend to wane off once you've had a couple of sips, but very, very hoppy, Kevin. I understand you. I'm not on the hoppy end. I'm more of a, as Neil would say, my tropical lilt beer. I love me a Club Tropical. Yes to the wine, says the wife, says Steve Bailey. We're featuring it very soon. The Snowdonia grows on you. Have gone back for a bit more. So Charlie on the beer, smells bitter. Wait there. Let me get that comment back. So Charlie's telling me it smells lovely with a bitter aftertaste. Well, thank you, Charlie. Charlie and Karen, of course, are our hosts down at Voley. This is the place to be. So if you've got an event, a business conference, a small gathering, they can sort you out. It is the most beautiful surroundings. Both me and the team here at Dan's Deli, we are so fortunate to have been able to collaborate and link up with these guys. It is honestly, the surroundings are speechless. I walk out just before I do the filming and look over the fields, and it is absolutely beautiful. And they have the most perfect settings, rooms. They have all the features going on, and there's even a local deli man that could do the catering for you. So pop them a call. If you think you want to get a little event on the go, a little team building with a cheese tasting maybe, we can sort it for you. So our next one we are going on to is the duck, pork, pepper and Chinese 5-spice salami. And this has been paired with a Trappist ale. Now, Trappist ales, when I was 18, after I just won my first rosette over in Charlbury, I went on the Antwerp 24-hour beer festival, which is actually two 12-hour days. And I was taken by a gentleman called Keith Wrigley, who was a beer author. Now, he wrote the books, The Beers of Valonian and The Beers of France. And I, unfortunately, at the age of 18, went with a group of 40-year-old men and tried to drink to catch up with them and ended up in hospital for 2 days while they finished the beer festival. But that's a story we'll go into another day. I was left bleeding in the Siemenshaus, but it wasn't so bad. It wasn't as bad as it sounds, but we'll get there one day, people. We're thinking of doing Deli Dan's Diaries from the Kitchen podcast at some point, and we will get there. But to take that horrible vision out of your mind, can you still get the lilt? Yes, we can, Mickey. So Club Tropical, the Vault sell it as well. It is the most beautiful beer, and it's almost got a thickness to it, almost like a smoothie. It's incredible stuff. Our cat enjoyed that one, says Bryony. Well, the cats and dogs are getting in on it. Brilliant. Well, thank you, Rachel. The wine pairings will be available on the next cheese tasting, which I have a feeling you're involved with. Dan, the duck, slightly peppery but beautiful spices. Wonderful flavour pairing, says Tegan. Oh, Charlotte really doesn't like the duck. Rachel loves that one, delicious. Steve says ducky. Right, let me get a question and then I can get my munch on. You guys are making me too jealous here. In 2018, how many privately... This is rather apt, this question, what I saw on the news today. In 2018, how many privately owned guns were there in the USA per person? Wow. So all the people in America, if you were to divide out the guns, how many guns do we think there are in America per person? Right, let me get my duck groove on. Whack, whack. I don't know if you guys had a chance to try Wilding's duck crackling. They did a Peking duck version. It was absolutely beautiful. Let's get a close-up of that dark, sticky trappish. Now, the reason I went on about the Belgian 24-hour festival and the Antwerp was simply because originally Trappist ales were made in the monasteries, generally in the north of France and the south of Holland, if my memory serves me correct. And these are generally drunk at the end of an evening with your cheese and biscuits. They tend to be very sticky. Some Trappist ales even go up to 12%. Wow, really, really roasted caramel. Oh, wow. So with the rich duck, that's a really rich and sticky one. I'll give you a clue, people. We're a bit too high. We've got to think this is per everybody in the US. Yes, Dan, the duck crackling was delicious. So they did a flavour called Peking duck that was very similar. Chinese Five Spice always reminds me of either their duck crackling or whenever I've had the aromatic duck from Peking House in Bassett. That is beautiful. I couldn't drink a lot of it. So tell me what you think. Anybody that's got that Trappist one in there? Really, really goes well. So we've got 21, 18, 21.2, 11. 1.2, the highest gun ownership rate in the world. But you've got to think, for every single person in America, they've got a gun. That's babies included. I don't know, does anybody know the population of America? Sophia Best, that's her best so far, favourite so far. 6 says Dan, so it was only 1.2. Mickey was closest there. Oh no, we've got a closer one. So Alan Older came along with a number 2. So Alan was the winner on that question. So 1.2 per person, but you've got to think that's even newborns with a gun. I don't know whether they're going with an AR-15 pistol, but everyone's got a gun in America. No one left out. So unlike Trump, the guns leave no one out. Next question, 330 million-ish. Sarah, had it often before. Superb beer, Christmas favourite. Oh, I can imagine that in front of the log fire, the stockings, smell of cinnamon, snow outside, canal boat in the distance. You know it. Not everyone has a fun. Don't say that. No, I said everybody could have a gun. There was as in the question, there was enough guns for everybody to have one. It just means that there's some gun people that have a lot of guns. Scary, I agree. Let's get on with a lighter note question. I'm not doing a Brexit question. During World War I, the Germans ran out of cotton, so began making their uniforms from which material? Was it hemp, in brackets cannabis, B, nettles, so A for hemp, B for nettles, C for velour, or D, silk? So the Germans in World War I ran out of cotton, so began making their uniforms from which material? A for hemp, B for nettles, C for velour, or D for silk? Righty-ho, so that's number 5 done. Let's find out what we have for number 6. What does everybody think with the graphics underneath, letting you know what flavour we're on? Dan very expertly sorted that out a bit last minute, but we feel like it's an added bonus. There we go. So we're on to the game salami with venison and port. So last time we did their game salami with wild boar and red wine. This time we've gone for the venison and port. So we've got hemp. Graphics are awesome. Thank you, Caroline. It's a favourite in Ezra's Body Shop group, the hemp. Yeah, so we've got D, so that was the silk. B for Neil, nettles. I like that. Much better, says Alan. Thank you. New graphics are great. Helps keep track, especially after a few drinks. Loving it, Ryan. We got arms up from the producer. Dan loves it. Dan is honestly trying his best, and we can't thank him enough. We're loving the new show. We may have moved from the Deli, but we're getting bigger and better each time, people. But staying interactive helps, especially after a few drinks. Only a few. Right, we're going in with the venison and pork. I thought that would be much gamier. I like that too, Ryan. What do people think? I think this is actually quite mild. I expected this to be really, really gamey. Caroline Thomas, her fave salami so far. Lovely flavour, but prefer the venison last time. I think you're on about the venison carpaccio, Tegan. I really enjoyed that. I'm putting together an order list for all the Treely Farm treats. Message me if you want some goodies sorted out. We'll sort out some prices. Quite porky and peppery, more than the venison coming through. Exactly, Jade. I thought it was going to be super gamey. I really can't taste the venison. Peppery, definitely. I'm going to go in with a bit of the Piccalilli because it only improves what's going on. Neil's just wrapped it around the Snowdonia. Very good. That's why we add all the goodies. And the breadsticks. And the Piccalilli and the cheese. Because we can up the steaks with anything that's a bit too mild. Dan, I agree with your reaction. It's a taste. Dan, I just lost the comment. Sorry, it's gone up. Try it with the brie, says Hannah. You said so. I'm going in. I'm going deep. I'm going hard, people. Delicious, Hannah. Claire's wondering if I could organise a chocolate evening. I hear a ooh from the producer. Smoky aftertaste, I'm getting that, Steve. So I'm getting lots of nods from the director, the producer, and Studdersis. Studdersis wants a chocolate tasting, I hear. Right, I'll definitely look into it, Claire. Definitely, 100%. A taste to make you smile. Yes, Dan, I'm with you there, mate. Alan, we've got no brie left. Well, I know a place where you can get some. Venison, not really noticeable, but a good rich taste from the pork. 100% agreed with all the comments on that one. Dan, yes to the chocolate tasting. I don't do cheese much, but really like the Snowdonia, says Karen. Well, thank you. As I say, we include as much as we can. Chocolate and wine, please. 4 votes here. Wow, it looks like a chocolate tasting is on its way, but it'll have to be after the Halloween one, because I've got hair being pulled out by someone. Oh, I'm in trouble. What are you guys doing to me? So, our next flavour. I'm going to stall a little while I give you the answer. Tegan, pretty please on the chocolate tasting. Director, you're losing. I'm afraid there's a chocolate tasting on the horizon. I tell you what, people, how's about I include a couple of real specialty chocolates during the Halloween tasting, and then I will sort out an independent chocolate tasting after the Halloween. I'm being looked at all sorts of ways, but you know if I say it, it happens. Delicious with the brie and piccalilli, great recommendation. I agree, Sophia, 100%. Chocolate, we'd be in, says the Andersons. Loving the game, says Christine. Right, how's the holiday going, people? Let me know, is Martin in there? It was Martin that collected and went down. Okay, I'm being wide-eyed. Let me know, Christine, let me know how the holiday's going down in Bridport. I'd love to know. I'd love some pictures of being experienced in the caravan, or maybe even a tent. I think there was an air tent on the go. Right, here we go. So the answer is nettles. Neil, the man that can, the clinician at GWH, the medical professional, came in with the right answer first. So the Germans used nettles. Every other answer, it gives me like a big statement so I can sound all clever. But no, this one just says nettles. Right, so the Germans used nettles to make their uniforms in the First World War because they ran out of cotton. Wow. We love a bit of chocolate. I'm in on the chocolate tasting. This is the best bank holiday weekend ever. Thanks to you, Dan. Oh, thank you so much, Dan, and to Rebecca. You guys all make it possible, and I thank you so, so much. So next we are going on to the beef, tomato and rosemary salami. I'm going to take it away from the close-up now. Now, this was a late addition. I wasn't sure which other salami to go for. This smells a lot like the lamb one. Oh, Charlotte was definitely first on the nettles. Eek. I believe there's a bit of sibling rivalry going on there. It's not my fault, but Charlotte, as I always say, ladies first. Let me know, anyone, if you think that tastes very similar to the lamb. I don't know what I'm getting there. It's definitely a bit of tartness towards the end. Let me cleanse my palate. A bit of the fruity hibernation. A bit of the old water, H2O. I'm going in again, people. It's almost gardeny. I don't know how to... Have you ever rubbed a tomato plant and you get that kind of leafy smell? No thank you to that one, says Brian E. Oh, much sharper than the lamb, says Hannah. Thanks, Dan, says Charlotte. No problem. Like it sweet and rosemary. How do you find it against the lamb, Tegan? Because you weren't a fan of the lamb and I thought this was quite similar. Definitely similar to the lamb. Thank you, Caroline. Ooh, that's nice, says Amanda. Not fussed on the beef. Nothing outstanding flavour-wise. Yuck, not for me, Rachel. I'm agreeing with that. It's just not... It's okay, but it's not pleasant to me. It's not... I'm not like, ooh, I'm not melting away in my seat and getting all over-dramatic about this one. Maybe the piccalilli and brie will sort it out. It's sorted the other out. Right, I'm with you there, Kevin. I thought it was almost a tartness, like a citrusy, but I think you're right. It's the tomato. See, to me, it doesn't taste of tomato. It tastes like tomato leaf. And I know it may sound strange, but in chef's kitchens, when you get to a certain level, you start using all sorts of flavours. Help if I had a bit of a meat on. Cool, thanks, Tegan. We're as nice as this one. Agree, yeah. So, there was one that Deli Dan didn't love. It's okay. It's one that I can eat. It's not an old-timer. It's not a monster. I'm not retching, but it's not one that would be on my Christmas order sheet, which there will be one of those coming to all of you. Dog loves the tomato ones. Well, at least somebody's happy, Charlotte. I don't mind as long as I'm keeping everyone in the household fed. It's all good to me. Steve, you're so right about the leaf. Thank you, Steve. I'm trying to remember what recipe we did it with, and I'm pretty sure we did deep fried tomato leaves. And I remember chopping them up, and I got that smell. It's very hard to describe other than the tomato leaf. So, thank you. So, everyone seems to be in agreement on that one not being at the top of the list, but some people did enjoy it, some people liked it. So next, we are going on to the cooked Kassler loin. So this is a bit of a finer cut, and it is a cooked, so it is actually a heat-cooked piece of pork, as you can tell from the different appearance and colour. But I thought we'd give this one a go. But let's do a question first. I'm sure some of you are already in deep. The Sea Org is the ruling organisation of Scientology. For how long do new recruits have to commit to the organisation when they join? I bet if I'd watched that documentary, I'd know. Wasn't it called Clear something? No way. Right. How long do you have to commit to when you join Scientology? No one's getting this. Deep fried tomato leaves, says Charlie. Oh yes. I've deep fried many type of leaves. Sage, thyme, rosemary, used as a garnish. If you do it in like an extra virgin olive oil, use it as a crumb on the top of a soup. You'll get a greasy, herby infusion. Generally done in rich tomato or gazpacho soups. So, no taste for life. Life. A lot of years, says Stephen. Lifetime. 15 years for life. Everyone's going for life. So we can do this. They make all new joiners sign a 1 billion year contract. So that religion, started by a sci-fi novelist, writer, 1 billion. A few people get out. So I'm going to get into this. I'm being told, no taste. Agree. You want me to smile? I'm being told to smile. Funny texture, that pork. I think the loin ham would be great with creamy brie. I think this ham. Agreed. It just tastes like a bit of cooked pork. Steve Bailey had the closest answer. Steve Bailey, have you got this game at home? No cheating. This is a a lot ado about nothing. Oh dear, last two have not been much of a performer. It just tastes like pork left over from Christmas on Boxing Day or the day after. You'd normally chuck that in a curry just to put up with it. Exactly, Rachel. It's just like ham. Claire said it. I mean, she loves it. Debbie loves it. A little boring, says Charlotte. No flavour at all in the ham. I'm. As we say, you know, everyone likes what they like, and I personally think this one's a bit ado about nothing. But that doesn't say it's not nice. I just think it's a bit bland for me. A bit too bitty as well. I like my charcuterie to be melt in the mouth. I don't want to be finding bits in the corner of my mouth. Meh, it's okay. Very subtle but tasty. I'm with you, Debbie. Righty-ho. Let's go with another question, because we've only got one meat left, but that last meat does come with a beautiful beer. Now, this is a legendary German beer, and it gets a real smoky flavour. Well, I hope it does. This is what I'm told. From the fact that it's brewed with smoke. It's actually brewed next to smoking beechwood. So they do actually smoke this beer. So once we get into that, after this question, it goes with the hot smoked spiced salt beef pastrami. In 2018, what was the average age of the first-time mother in the UK? So first-time mums, what age were they? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I'm going to crack this bad boy open. Oh, oh, this is malty, very smoky. Let me know what you think about it, Cheryl, Kevin, anyone else who has the beers. So I'll give you all a little look at that while I'm going to give you the answer. So we are first-time mothers in the UK. So we've got 24.5. Rachel comes in with a 32. Mickey with a 36. Charlotte, 23. Will and Helen, 28.5. Neil with the 28. Oh, 23 from Paul. Sophia thinks much higher. Mickey with a 26. Right, we're going to go with the 3. 2. Pastrami, flavour of the evening, will be on our Christmas order. Oh, Ryan. 33 from Mark. Any last numbers? Right, I think this is going to Will and Helen. Neil came in real close, so 28.8. And Will and Helen came in with 28.5. Wow. How impressive was that? I was a first-time dad at 29. Right, I'm going to get into this pastrami. Ryan's got me really interested. He's saying it's the best flavour of the night. What do we think, people? And if people can let me know what they think with the beers. What a fantastic, complex, nutty, smoky beer, says Kevin. Oh, wow. I maybe shouldn't have put a whole piece of it in my mouth at once. But there is so much going on. Super beefy. I'm definitely getting lots of pepper through. Lots of cracked black pepper. There's some smokiness. And I'm getting something like juniper berries. Juniper berries, maybe rosemary. Oh, wow. What a smoky beer. Wow, you people. Kevin, you're on the button. Nutty, malty. That is so... I've never had a beer like that. And you can... It's been smoked. Absolutely. Very nice. It's a complex one with the most interesting flavour and texture. You don't expect it. Absolutely. It definitely has a cooked texture. When I say definitely, I'm not sure. But I think it has, yeah. And then you've got that pepperiness. There's a slight tartness in there somewhere. Rachel's favourite of the night. Delicious from Charlotte. Pastrami, so flavoursome, maybe a little chewy. I agree with that 100%, Caroline. As you saw, I put a massive piece in at the beginning there. And that was some hard work to get through that. And I've got my own teeth. Not saying none of you haven't. Wish I had the beer too. I do too, Charlotte. But we're going to keep these going and the beers get introduced. So we're having the beers paired tomorrow for the cheese tasting. £15 is absolutely 100% an extra cost, which I understand if people don't, but it is so worth it. The pairings, I've never had something paired before for me, and it really has made all the difference. New York Cats Tyner. Oh wow, Steve, have you been to Cats? Do you know how many times I've watched Cats on YouTube? Anthony Bourdain. It's the one place I desperately want to go. Now, one thing I would like to ask everyone is, have you been on my new YouTube channel? So this week, me and Dan rolled out the Deli Dan UK YouTube channel. This is going to be the base and the home of the crazy cheese race. Me and Dan are going around the country from the 1st of October for about 3 weeks up until the last week of October, and we are going to find the best artisan cheese, and we're going to find some of the best artisan food produce made in this country. We're going to be visiting dairies, we're going to be visiting distilleries and other food artisan producers. We're going everywhere. We're going to beaches, lakes, canals. We're going to, as I say, farms. We're going to try everybody's wares, and we're going to put it all on YouTube for everybody to check out. We'll be banging content out every day. We'll be doing live Q&As, live from wherever we are in the country and live from our vehicle. So this is going to be 100% my craziest idea yet, but it's happening. It's happening, and the producer has been locked in and his dates are blocked out. He can't work anywhere else. And so for 3 weeks, I am going to be driving him round the country and round the bend. So I'm going to be doing challenges galore. I'm going to be doing silly things, fun things, informative things, and reviewing, and just generally having a funny, good old time and letting you all laugh and join me along the way. So if you can hit me up on Deli Dan UK YouTube channel, that would be amazing. Pester your workplaces for a sponsor if they'd like to come on and be advertised. We're looking for people that we can watermark on the videos, do little videos for, that we can visit. Anyone you know that produces food in the country, like I say, let me know. We've got lots of people booked in, but I can't wait to do this. And so this has only been possible for you. So just bear with me a little bit longer. And if you can pester your, as I say, your work colleagues or your bosses or that, let them know. Let them know how many people they'll be reaching. With almost 2,000 people on our Facebook page already. It's going to be big, people. When I say I'm going to do it, it gets done. So everyone, oh, can I come on the road trip, says Charlotte. I don't think your man would be too happy, but I would love everybody to join me on the road trip, but it's going to be a wild one. Rachel's looking forward to watching my adventures. Do it in a bus so we can all join you. Need a medic for the road trip, says Neil. Call me. Will you be trying out how to milk a cow, goat or sheep? Shh, it's definitely on the list. Yes, we've already got a dairy very local to us that we're visiting on our way out of Royal Wootton Bassett, only 6 miles away towards Purton. just found the channel, subscribe, look forward to the content. Thank you so much, Ryan. So thank you everyone so much for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful next week. Please, 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 if you haven't booked for the cheese tasting already, we're doing a cheese tasting on Sunday coming. We have an amazing cheese already in. So I'm just going to say it. We're doing the honey goat's cheese for the dessert cheese. 9 or 12 weeks it's been on order. It's here. It's in the fridge. It's happening. Bryony will tell you how lovely it is. Tom will tell you how lovely it is. Tegan will tell you how lovely it is. Everybody will tell you how lovely it is. It's like a pudding. It's like a cheesecake. It's so beautiful. And this cheese tasting, we're going beyond every time. So please, if you can book, pop me a message. Ez will get you in the book. She'll send you the payment details. Just £25 gets two of you an evening of yummy, yummy cheeses. And all the pairings will be put up early in the week. Thank you so much, Rachel. So if you can support me by booking another cheese tasting or by badgering your boss to get an advert or a sponsor on my YouTube page or on one of the tastings, I'd be happy to do so, and thank you so much. Tickets can be purchased from the website now. So if you go to the Dan's Deli website, you can book for the Halloween, for the next cheese tasting, for the next Club Nibblers with Stutter Sis if you've got a younger one. My daughter runs a cheese tasting for the younger ones, and we are getting the mealworms in as the challenge, and we are also getting a very, very spicy cheese in, which all the little ones have tortured me into doing, along with Stutter Sis. She's going to be poking me as I eat that. So thank you, Claire. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Charlotte. Would it be £20 for those on tonight, or have that deal gone? Pop me a message, Charlotte. Mickey Squiggle must pay for the cheese tasting next week. No problem, Mickey. As always, give me a message. If it's not me, Ez will sort you out. And remember, guys, if you can't be good, be delicious. My motto, why suffer? So, let me know, people. Book for the next tasting and help support your Deli Dan up until Christmas. Hopefully. Well, not hopefully. I'll definitely be around at Christmas. But yeah, so Christmas hampers coming soon. I've done the YouTube channel. I've done the Crazy Cheese Race. And we've got the tastings all coming up. And the big Halloween one is charcuterie and a cheese tasting. And I will get a chocolate in there as well. More friends for Jamie or mealworms. You're most welcome, Rachel. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Kevin. Salt beef with our gooseberry relish. I'm going to take some home and try that later. Thank you, Caroline. It was a fab tasting. I feel this charcuterie tasting was definitely the best so far, and you've all made it possible. Thank you, Tegan. Thank you, Steve. Thank you all. I will sort out prizes and message you all to those who got the closest answers. Thank you, Will and Helen. Thank you so much, everybody. If I missed you, I didn't mean to. And if I can, I'll message you. Thank you, everyone. Can't be good, be delicious. Take care, people. Bye-bye.